Oh, Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche. I thought I'd have fun doing this series, but I didn't know it was going to go crazy like this. We got Piero doing a, video by video. He edits out the parts he doesn't like, or the parts he likes he puts in, whatever. We got this other guy, Guitaorist or something, Guitoist or whatever. We got him doing like a line-by-line refutation of my refutation of Nietzsche. Let's set it straight. He says, if you've looked in the Will to Power and gotten Nietzsche's notes out of the index, something like this. Sure, I got the Will to Power. I never cracked it. So, that's what I want to set straight right here. Zarathustra is a great book. I love it. It's really, really rich. And I don't think that there are very many times you can make a complete ironclad case on exactly what he means. Now, I will say that there are lines, having read this book several different times, and parts of it I've read at least 6 times maybe. And going back and going over the quotes, I mean, the first time I read this was over 10 years ago. I was going to say 12, and I think probably over 12. Anyways, the depth of what he's saying is obvious. The looseness of interpretation is obvious. There was a line that I just read it to the camera, and it just passed by me. I didn't get it. Let me give it to you now. I won't look it up, but he says, I am a handrail, a rail. No, he didn't say handrail, but I'll give that much to you. I'm a handrail by the raging torrent, not a crutch. Now, it's obvious to me now. It's crystal clear what the meaning is. But I just didn't get it. I had read over it many times before, at least twice, 3, 4, 5 times I've read over that section. And I've read over it recently to the camera, then I watched it on camera. Didn't get it till I heard it uploaded online. Listening to it while I'm going through the comments, and it hit me. It struck me. Oh, that means that you can count on me if you're going to struggle really hard. But you cannot count on me if you're just going to sit around. I think it's obvious. I think it's normal interpretation. Well, I'm being picked on a bit for my lack of depth of interpretation, and so be it. Bring it on. I've actually made a couple of realizations with the videos being uploaded. It was quite a few good laughs, a few really good laughs. We'll get into that in just a second here. But I've made a few realizations from the stuff they said. One thing that I believe it was Piero, P-Y-Y-R-H-O, whatever, the guy in Hawaii says, not Stewart. Legendre 007 is in Hawaii also. Different guy in Hawaii. They should meet up and arm wrestle or something. Piero says, the scene with the rope going between the 2 buildings has a normal man who really was trying to cross. He really was trying to get across to the other side, the bridge, the overman becoming the overcoming and stuff. He really was trying to get over there. And a jokester comes out, a jester comes out, a maniac, a not normal person comes out and messes it all up. Now, probably, I assume, 95% of the viewers watching already got the metaphor that it was to be gotten across. I think I might have gotten that a long time ago, and it sort of faded, and it was sort of the background, and I was looking for other stuff. But when he put it that way, it struck me as like, yeah, that's true. That is just another metaphor of getting over to the other side, overcoming. And looking at it in that way, there's a lot of depth. But I think I might have forgot. It seems so obvious. It struck me as a point when Piero brought it up. It seems too obvious. I'm certain I might have... it occurred to me in the past. I have to claim that much for my ego. But maybe it didn't. And that's the whole thing of putting this stuff up. It's fine for people to reply to my Aristotle interpretations. I welcome that. that stuff, though, is not as loose. Nietzsche is like a Nevada, hooker or something. Really, you can do anything you want. I gotta cut that out. It's unacceptable. I didn't see that coming. Nietzsche is a very different story from Aristotle. There's a lot of room with Nietzsche, where with Aristotle, if you want to fight about what I say Aristotle means, we'll have a fight. And you might win, that's fine. But if you want to tell me what you think Nietzsche means, you can have it, brother. I might even argue against you on certain things there, but I'm not going to give you too much leeway and say you're right and I'm wrong, because I think a lot of it is just floating nonsense. I think a lot of it is. Now, let's take it just a bit from the video. GUITAOIST puts a video up called RE:(Zarathustra, Nietzsche Zarathustra 1-3. I think this means it might be part of a series of his. But he says at this point, several minutes into the video, at about 7 minutes and 20 seconds, do you think that 50 hicks should vote over an educated college person? And then he just assumes the answer and says, I don't think democracy's right. The educated college person like Socrates shouldn't be put to death by the mob. Fine, we agree there. That just shows exactly where he is in his intellectual journey. He thinks he knows a lot about Nietzsche because he's read a lot about Nietzsche, but I don't think he has the lenses to interpret what Nietzsche really can mean for a person in reality, a person who wants to live day to day in life. He doesn't even understand the place where you can stand on this dichotomy. You can actually stand in an objective place where you say, I'm not going to go with the philosopher kings running the show and doing whatever they want because the 50 hicks are so stupid. I'm not going to go that side. And I'm not going to go with the 50 hicks killing the philosopher. I'm going to go in the middle where I say nobody can kill anybody for any reason at all, and nobody can do certain other things to other people. You can't break into their property, you can't steal their information like Richard Nixon tried to do. You know, when they deposed Nixon, when he was put down off from presidency, what they did is they summoned him to court. Congress summoned him to gave him a subpoena, and whatever they did to the bastard. Instead of testifying, he resigned, and the CIA, KGB, Russian CIA, didn't know what the hell was going on. They couldn't figure it out. Why would the American president resign? What in the world is going on? The people who said, listen, it's just a legal thing. There's a law. They said he's the most powerful guy in America. What do you mean? They couldn't get it. They were lacking the context. They didn't understand. And I think that that's where Gitaoist is. He doesn't have any clue what the arguments about rights and freedom are. He probably doesn't even know Aristotle very well. I congratulate him on having read a little bit too much Nietzsche, but I am derisive against him, toward him, for not having read enough Ayn Rand. He really needs to get busy if he's going to use that gray stuff between his ears for anything but trivia.